Omar Bradley considers himself the king of Compton.
Why? Because kings don't have to answer to anyone. If elected, he will become your king, your ruler, your dictator, your gangster mayor of Compton. Omar Bradley became mayor of Compton in 1993. Omar was convicted of embezzling city funds. While Omar sat on his throne in Compton, Omar Bradley had purchased a jacuzzi, a sports car, a Mercedes-Benz, and a Harley-Davidson motorcycle. Bradley rode around in Compton in his luxurious automobiles purchased with the city's money. King Bradley did what he wanted to do, due to a 3-member voting bloc in place on his city council. On Omar's council was his aunt Dolores, Zurita, Omar, and himself, which gave him a 3-council-member voting power. This very same bloc is what he plans to have if elected into office, having Jana Zurita, his first cousin, himself, and his cousin Satra Zurita as city clerk. His throne is already set up with these 3 corrupt council members who are family members. Omar wasn't alone in this misuse of city funds. City manager John Johnson and councilman Omar Bradley and the 2 other councilmen was convicted of the misuse of city funds. Bradley embezzled more than the $6,000 he was caught misappropriating by having the city manager John Johnson to write checks to his cronies and henchmen for $4,995 to $4,999. By law, the city manager can write checks under $5,000 without getting approved by the city council. There was an audit finding that Omar Bradley had written 170 checks under $5,000 from June 1999 to March 2001, totaling a little under $800,000. A Centennial High School classmate who became the spokesman for Compton, Wheaton, also received 4 checks for $4,999 for his special events and cable TV program promoting for the King Omar Bradley. The largest beneficiary from the undetected embezzling was a Compton businessman, Aaron Enos, a high school classmate of Bradley's wife. Aaron Enos and Omar created a clean green project in which was paid for with 64,999 checks, totaling to a $301,000. When Bradley says Compton is not for sale, that is a lie. Omar Bradley had sold the Hub City Solid Waste, known as our trash company, over to an FBI informant who was tied into the councilwoman Patricia Moore's scandal, whose name happens to be Michael Aloyan. Michael Aloyan would make huge amounts of campaign contributions to council members who would vote yes for him to open up a casino in the city of Compton. In exchange to allow Michael Aloyan to purchase the trash company, he would have to hire Omar Bradley's family members. Jana Zurita, Omar's first cousin, held a position at the Hub City Solid Waste with an outrageous salary, making $100,000 a year, employed as a recycling coordinator. There was an audit finding that Jana Zurita held a position employed with the Meals on Wheels program by her mother, Dolores Zurita, at the same time and the same hours of her employment with the city trash company, making a salary of $70,000 a year with the Meals on Wheels. Jana held 2 jobs paid by the city of Compton. Omar Bradley was sexually harassing his personal secretary. Findings and evidence came about that the King of Compton indeed was sexually harassing his personal secretary by inappropriate statements to her as well as groping her. The secretary agreed not to go public and not to file charges against Omar Bradley, so she settled for a $500,000 payout from the city of Compton and left the state. Omar Bradley is currently on trial at the Criminal Courts Building in downtown Los Angeles for public corruption. He just recently requested a delay in his case on the grounds that he may find out his outcome on his April 18th election. The Zurita family still owes the city of Compton $302,000. As a council member, Janice Zurita has blocked all collection efforts for this judgment. The Zurita family has received 2 first home buyer grants back-to-back. The city of Compton purchased 1502 Northwood Avenue in the 3rd District for $125,000. The city turned around and sold it to Janice Zurita for $112,000. Then the city gave her a loan for $89,000 to buy the property. A few years later, the city of Compton gave Janice Zurita a fraudulent first home buyer's loan for the same property, totaling in $100,000. Sacha Zurita is currently the president of the failing Compton Unified School District. She is currently running for city clerk. Sacha Zurita is also an accomplice to the thievery done by her sister Janice Zurita and her first cousin Omar Bradley. Sacha Zurita is currently employed with the Compton Water Department, but she is never at work in her office. But you can find her running around in the administrative offices. Sacha Zurita is trying to put in place the old corrupt Bradley regime to gain power of the Compton City Council. Sacha Zurita, a cute face and appears to be for the people, is all a disguise. The Zurita sisters, along with Omar Bradley, seeks control over Compton City Hall and the money that Compton has been offering their family for the past 25 years. So of course, the Bradley-Zurita crime family would like to have several seats in the city government and school district. The city of Compton has had enough of your corruption. So vote no to Omar Bradley. Vote no to Sacha Zurita. Say no to Compton corruption.
Mr. Reader, please stop giving me the finger. I bind in the blood of Jesus and rebuke you in the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Ghost.